The valley lay silent under the hot sun, a tense, simmering pot waiting to boil over. On one side stood the Israelite army, their hearts heavy with fear. On the other, the Philistine champion, a giant of a man named Goliath, roared his challenge. For 40 days and 40 nights he had come out mocking them, his bronze armor gleaming like a second sun. His shadow was a physical thing, cast over the whole valley, a suffocating blanket of dread. "Send me a man to fight," he bellowed, his voice like thunder. "If he kills me, we will be your servants. If I kill him, you will be our servants." No one answered. The bravest among the Israelites trembled. King Saul, the tallest man in the army, stood with his head bowed, unable to meet the giant's gaze. Then a young shepherd boy named David arrived, bringing food for his brothers. He listened to the jeers and saw the fear on the faces of his countrymen. His heart burned with indignation. How could this uncircumcised Philistine mock the armies of the living God? "Who is this man?" David asked, "that he should defy the armies of Israel?" When the soldiers heard his words, they scoffed. His own brother, Eliab, told him to go back to his sheep. But David was not to be swayed. His words reached the ears of King Saul, who, out of desperation, sent for the boy. "You are just a boy," Saul said, his voice weary. "You cannot fight this man." "My lord," David replied, his voice calm and clear, "when a lion or a bear came to take a lamb from my flock, I went after it and struck it down. The Lord, who rescued me from the paw of the lion and the paw of the bear, will rescue me from the hand of this Philistine." Convinced by David's faith, Saul dressed him in his own armor. But the heavy bronze was too much for the boy. He took it off, choosing instead to go to a nearby stream. He selected 5 smooth stones and placed them in his shepherd's bag. His only weapon was his sling. As David walked toward the battlefield, the giant laughed. "Am I a dog that you come at me with sticks?" he roared, raising his massive sword. But David was undaunted. "You come to me with a sword and with a spear and with a shield," he said, his voice echoing across the valley. "But I come to you in the name of the Lord of hosts, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied. This very day, the Lord will deliver you into my hands." With that, David took a stone from his bag, placed it in his sling, and spun it. The stone flew through the air, a small, swift missile, and struck Goliath squarely in the forehead. The giant staggered, then fell face down on the ground with a mighty crash. The Israelite army, their fear replaced with a great cheer, rushed forward, driving the Philistines from the valley. And so a simple shepherd boy with faith and a single stone brought down a giant.